My name is Paul Stratus. I'm the director of the Stanley County EDC, and it's a pleasure to welcome you here on behalf of Chairman Jan Lauder and the EDC board to our Business Breakfast Series event. And before we get started with the program overview, I'd like to introduce to you the new Stanley County Community College president, Dr. John Ennemite, to share a few words about Stanley Community College. Dr. Ennemite is new and started his tenure here at Stanley Community College on August 15th. He previously served as the Vice President of Instruction at Edgecombe Community College in Tarboro, North Carolina, and prior to that, he served as Dean of the School of Business, Industry and Technology at Catawba Valley Community College in Hickory, and I will defer to him to share any other details about his background and plans, but he has to leave early. So if you don't mind, we're going to go ahead and give Dr. Ennemite a few moments to give us an update on the community college, and then we'll get started with our program. Dr. Ennemite.
Thank you, Paul. Morning. Boy, this is like teaching class. Everybody's so spread out, and here we are. But anyway, sorry. Thanks to Paul for that introduction. My name is John Ennemite, and this is month plus one. I started, a few extra days, but been on campus for a little over a month, and really have been quite busy we've had some facility issues. In case you haven't heard, we've had a little water issue in the Patterson building that has kind of taken about a third to a half of the building offline that we're still working through. I ran into some complications on that. But as Paul mentioned, I come to Stanley through Edgecombe County, Edgecombe Community College, but really lived most of my life in the Catawba County area. Caldwell County is where I live, but I'm a product of the community college system. I graduated from a community college there in Caldwell County, CCC and TI. After I did that, I continued my education, but I like many of our students here at the college, worked my way through college, and what I think may be interesting to this group is I worked in manufacturing during that time. About 9 years I spent with a heavy manufacturing organization, particularly NACO Materials Handling Group. They manufacture Hyster-Yale forklifts. Their North American headquarters is in Greenville, North Carolina, but they had a plant in Lenoir, which is in Caldwell County, and I worked there for about 9 years, did a variety of different functions for the company. Ended up becoming a manufacturing engineer responsible for a heavy fabrication line where we were manufacturing the mass components for the forklifts. Ended up becoming part of a process re-engineering team for the plant, selected by the plant manager, trying to develop operational method sheets, determine takt times, all those fun things that some of you are well versed in. So I changed careers and went to work at the community college there in Caldwell County, and have been in the community college system now for about 14 years. And I say that because I feel very fortunate to have witnessed from a business side, what a community college can provide to a local business. But now being on the community college side, I see what we can do for business. So what I really want to stress is how committed Stanley Community College is to business and industry for Stanley County. We are committed to serving and supporting business and industry within the county. Have just become very proud of Marion and the work that she's been able to do. Have realized Marion, although we think she may be Wonder Woman, she's only one person. So we are committing some additional resources to Marion. So we'll be hiring 2 new full-time coordinators to work with Marion so that we are active within the county and that you guys see Stanley Community College face, and we're asking you guys, what can we do to help you? Are there classes that you need so that we can better support business and industry within the county? So I really am excited to be joining the college, because I think the college has a fantastic foundation and well positioned to do great things in the future, and I'm just proud to be a part of it and work with the great faculty and staff here to kind of propel us into the future. One thing that Marianne's group is working on is the development and implementation of a production technician program. And we had kind of an orientation meeting last week about this program, but it is working in collaboration with some of the business and industry partners in the county to develop this 13-week continuing education program. 10 of those weeks will be classroom, where we'll address a number of different topics such as OSHA, forklift training, etc. Then 3 weeks will be pre-apprenticeship training, where the students, prospective students, will go and work in the business. So we are asking for partners in this endeavor because there, of course, are expenses, but we're trying to cover the costs, the scholarships for students, along with a little marketing expenses. We're going to develop some videos and these kinds of things. So if there's any interest, please get in touch with Marian. Those solicitations should go out today or tomorrow at the latest, and hopefully we'll have some better trained entry-level workers that can help you guys as you struggle to find employees. So with that being said, I could probably go on for another hour, but you don't want to hear me, so I appreciate it. Thanks again, Paul, and I hope you guys enjoy the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ennemite, and thanks to the Community College and the Stanley County Chamber of Commerce for their sponsorship of this event. And what I wanted to do is just kind of give a little overview of why this program now. Over the past several events in this series, we've focused a lot on the pipeline that we're trying to develop between the school system and employers, and to make sure that we can fulfill the needs of our existing industry here in Stanley County. So we've had programs on customized training. We've had programs on the Advanced Manufacturing Industrial Technology Center here at the college. We've had programs on the workforce summits and workforce learning summits that we've sponsored. And we've never really had a program on finding employees now. And I know that that's a concern for a lot of businesses in this environment. Our unemployment rate is 4.7% as of July. In the region, it's not much different. It's 4.9%. The statewide is 5%. So we've been hovering in this 4.5% to 5% range for some time, and our employers are all have the same questions of us, and they're all looking to find people, and we're seeing. Just drive up 52 and you see signs on the side of the road advertising for positions. So we thought it would be a good idea to talk to some industry leaders in this area to get their thoughts on strategies that might be helpful to you to find employees in this market, and some of the things that they're seeing, and some of the things that they can offer to give you the tools that you need to expand your ability to find people in this marketplace. So with that, I'm pleased that we have three very qualified and interesting speakers here for you today. The first is Debbie Millhouse, who is the owner and CEO of CEO Incorporated. Her company is an award-winning full-service recruitment and staffing firm that is specialized in direct hire placement for senior-level sales, operational and management positions for plastics, composites, textiles, and specialty chemical companies nationwide for over 22 years. In 2014, they launched a sister company, Accentry, to complement the rapid growth in some of the other expanding service lines like accounting, finance, office support, call center, customer service, and non-clinical medical positions. They have been honored, CEO's been honored as one of the 50 fastest growing companies by the Charlotte Business Journal in 2015, best places to work for the last 4 years, and also recently named as one of the fastest growing companies by Inc. 5000 on the Inc. 5000 list for 2016. And I would go on and tell you about some other honors and awards that the company and Debbie Millhouse has been honored with, but she told me to keep it brief and not to go there. So with that, Debbie Millhouse. Please welcome Debbie Millhouse. Thank you, Debbie.
How much time do I have, Paul? How much time? About 10, 15 minutes. So to make this relevant for you, I'd like to hear a little bit from you. What types of businesses are you in? What types of employees are you trying to attract? Anybody trying to attract employees? Yes? What are you trying to attract?
Well, we have a human services organization, so we're just looking for entry-level direct support for.
Okay, so you're an agency?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a competitor of mine and Staff Masters?
Not a staffing agency. We provide services to individuals with autism, so we're
Okay.
looking for direct support workers with those.
Okay. Who else? Hardware? Hardware? Retail? Okay, so retail positions. What else? Yes, ma'am. Entry-level production workers. Okay. And anything else? Yes, ma'am. Human service field. Yeah, it's a hard area to work in, especially if you've got to have some medical experience. So when I was talking to Paul about this talk, he said, you know, what they really want are ideas on how to retain and find the people that they're looking for now. It's great that you have a college that supports training programs, that you have economic development that is looking for a way to build a pipeline for you, but that really doesn't do you any good if you need somebody now. So what are some things that you can do now? If you're looking for millennials, which is the herd of people that are coming up through the ranks that will fill some of those entry-level positions, you have to understand that they work and are motivated a little bit differently than we are. They want to believe that they have a cause to work for, an opportunity to change their world. And so a lot of times they're not going to find that in retail unless you develop a program that they can feel like they do some of that with. So some of the alternatives that you have to look at is, okay, so what is the group of employees that I want to have, and how am I going to work to attract them? So your language out in the marketplace is going to have to be distinctly different than what is in the marketplace today. It can't just be help wanted, will hire. It's got to be, you know, work for a cause. And one of our employers that we worked with decided that they wanted to do that. They increased their recruiting effectiveness by almost 25%, which is unheard of in a under 5% marketplace, because they put a program in place that allowed their employees, when they worked, not only to earn a living, but also to be able to contribute to a philanthropic cause. You know. I mean, they were able to recruit 25% more than they were the year before because they put the program in place. They had more applicants, and they were able to retain the people that they hired. They felt like they got a better quality of employee, and they also were able to retain them. Because they weren't just working, they were working for a cause. You know, another employer that we worked with up in the Chicago area, they were hiring laborers that were going to clean office buildings at night. It's not glamorous, right? And it's hard work. You're working nights, weekends. It's not a fun job to have. What they put in place was they put in place a program that allowed their employees to be able to earn money towards home ownership. Now that's a retention tool. You know, some employers have to look at what they're paying. You know, are you paying a good market wage, or are you being beat out? Now, you don't want to play the money game where you're always, hey, I'm 25% more or 25 cents more than the next guy is. You've got to look at the environment that people are coming into as well. Look at ways that you can motivate those people. You need to have outreach programs into the community. You know, if you need to hire employees in the community, then you need to go out into the community. If I was hiring retail, I mean, I'd hit all your competitors on the retail line. You know, do you offer something better than Walmart? Do you offer something better than TJ Maxx? Do you offer something better than the computer store down the street where they might have to have some technical aptitude? Can you pull those people into your organization, offering them the opportunity that you get to be a part of something here, not just a number? And what we're finding is that if you take more of the active role, you know, you can try to play the online game, but people are still spending, you know, people who apply online it's about 2% of the reach that's coming off of that. You have to actively provide an opportunity to get out into the marketplace and identify the people that you need. Are you showing up at community events? Are you having those conversations? You know, in the medical arenas, you have to get with the medical people, and they hang out. You got to figure out where they hang out, and you've got to go meet them. Because if you meet them, you're more inclined to recruit them, because you're no longer a faceless person on the internet. You actually have an opportunity. You know, look at your current staff and see if they can be motivated to bring people in. Now, you want to make sure you screen them well, because all their friends, you know, birds of a feather don't always flock together. So, you know, you have to make sure that you don't just take their word for it. Put them through your standard screening process. Make your recruiting process quick, because if you don't, they will be gone because they've got 5 other opportunities waiting for them. You know, we have employers that we work with that handle a 3-week recruiting process. Well, if I submit 5 to 10 candidates, even at an executive level, over 50% of them are gone in 3 weeks. So the biggest thing that I think you have to look at when you're looking to recruit in a tight market is you have to sound different than everybody else. You have to be willing to offer some things that are different than other people are offering, and it has to be something that your candidates want. If it's not, you have to develop something in your program that will entice those people to come to work for you. You're going to offer training. You're going to pay for tuition assistance. You're going to offer a bonus program or an incentive, something that they can feel like they're a part of.
Thank you, Debbie. That's some food for thought there. Our next speaker is Patty Meisenheimer, and Patty is the regional manager for Staff Masters, a full-service workforce management and strategic staffing solutions provider with 24 branch offices in the Carolinas that is based in Charlotte. Their expertise extends from manufacturing, distribution, logistics, and call center industry sectors to administrative and professional staffing. Patty oversees operations and sales for 7 of those locations, including Albemarle, and is known by her colleagues and clients for her contagious positive outlook and optimistic get-it-done approach to business. Patty's region also boasts several on-site partnerships where high-volume staffing and contingent workforce management is required. Her staffing career spans over 25 years and is marked by the many strong long-term client partnerships that her team's dedication and commitment have helped build during that time. Before joining the Staff Masters team, Patty held positions within the staffing industry, was an admissions manager for a local college, and closed real estate sales. She is past president of the Rowan County Human Resource Association and past president of the Cabarrus County Board of Realtors. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Patty Meisenheimer.
Wow. Isn't it great to be in Stanley County? I appreciate the warm welcome. I have the best job ever. And the reason I have the best job ever is because I get to do just this. And I get to do it times 8. I traveled the state of North Carolina, talked to groups like this, along the way, perhaps helping some folks find jobs, hopefully, helping businesses find good people. So I'm just thrilled to be here, just thrilled for the opportunity. I don't know if you know a lot about Staff Masters, and I want to take just a nanosecond, if I could, to tell you a little bit about who we are. Back in the 80s, Richard Langdon and Margot DeWitt were in the staffing business for another company. And they looked at each other like often entrepreneurs do and say, we could do this and we could probably do it better and we could do it for ourselves. So they sat down at Richard's kitchen table and they penned out Action Personnel. Now you may not have ever heard of Action Personnel. There was an office in Charlotte, there was one in Gastonia. Margot ran Gastonia, Richard ran Charlotte. And they did very well, and they niched themselves, not intentionally, in the heavy equipment business. CDL drivers, earth-moving equipment, that type of thing. So in the 90s, they decided they wanted to branch out a little bit, so they branded Staff Masters in the 90s. We opened up our Albemarle office in 2001 in kind of an interesting way. I don't know if any of you remember Griffin Staffing, but Griffin was in business. They were a regional, privately held company that filed Chapter 13. And the bankruptcy court came to us and asked us if we would assume and obtain their business because their footprint was similar to ours. Therefore, we opened up in Albemarle in 2001. I came to work for Staff Masters in January of 2001. At one time, this Albemarle office was our second top billing office in our whole company. It's a big statement. Times have changed. We too are an employer in Stanley County. We've had to adapt. We feel the same pain you do. We're facing the same dilemma. We have more jobs than we have qualified people. You were talking about pre-screening. 50% of the people who come through our door do not meet our minimum hiring requirements. Are any of you guys seeing that? Are you seeing that? Hands? And our minimum hiring requirements are E-Verify, legal to work in the United States, national criminal background check, 5-panel pre-employment drug test. I'm not even talking about the additional pre-screening, not even the additional work keys testing that we partner with a lot of times. So 50% of those folks, we can't hire them. And you spoke about pipeline, and I love that. We talk about pipeline all the time because we interview every day. And I think you have to interview every day, or we do, to keep our pipeline and our pool of people going. And I think that's one of the reasons people are turning to staffing services is because we are a proven bridge between employers and employees to finding someone and securing long-term employment. Because that puts us responsible for the recruiting side, but also for paying the employee, statutories, workers' comp, unemployment, all the benefits. So if there's an injury, it's my injury. If it's an unemployment claim, it's my unemployment claim. And we offer benefits. And then there's the ACA, the Affordable Health Care Act. We're compliant. You could either pay or you could play. We're playing. We offer 2 products to our employees that are ACA compliant. But because of that, there's a lot of accountability that we have with forms, as you all know. I'm not telling you something you don't know, to the IRS. But by working with a company that is ACA compliant, it does offer you a window and an umbrella of protection for that. So how do we get them in the door? That's why I'm here. You wanted my magic wand, and Paul, I told you I left it in the car. I don't have a magic wand. I wish I did. And when you asked me to come speak, I thought, I don't have all the answers. We used to park our car out front, unlock the door, turn the lights on, and our lobby was full of people. Not so much anymore. We're always looking for new and innovative ways. The networking piece you talked about, so good. I mean, Debbie was spot on. You got to go where your people are. Look at the sphere of influence. Who are you recruiting? If you're recruiting in the medical field, decide where those folks go. Where do they hang out? What do they do? Where do they shop? If you're recruiting for forklift operators, where do they go? What do they do? Where do they shop? Where do they eat? You've got to do that. How many of you utilize social media with your recruiting? Anybody? 1, 2, 3. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Staff Masters even has a Pinterest page. From time to time, I go to our Pinterest page to see what we're pinning on that. We have a full-time marketing coordinator that does nothing but coordinate our social media recruiting efforts, because that's the thing to do these days. But just let me say, and I don't have to tell you, you're a group of professionals, we have to be so careful with what we put out there. We have to be so careful what we put on those sites. But they work. I'm telling you, Facebook is one of our is a big heavy hitter. It's the wave of the future. We don't use a lot of print advertising anymore. When we do hiring events, how many of you do job fairs? Couple, yes. You're shaking. Not much luck. Very small. Okay. Don't need the job fair. When we do a job fair, we like to do what we call a branded job fair. Staff Masters, in partnership with ABC Company, is hiring for whatever. And we like to do it at our client site, and the reason for that is it does show that true partnership. But if you do job fairs, if you do the larger hiring events, dig a little deeper. Get a press release on it. Somebody will put it on. I promise. If you're tenacious enough, you can get a press release on that. You can get it on a radio. The largest job fair I ever had, I had 600 people turn out. That was my success story. They're not all like that. But if you're doing a large hiring event, your banners, your branding, your marketing, and how you put it out there. But word of mouth, referrals are still all-time the best in recruiting. But how do you get it? How do you get those? You need to be an employer of choice. What does that mean? It's a place where somebody wants to work. The place that if people put on their wish list, where would I like to work? I want to work here. Be one of those. If you build it, they will come. How many of you seen the movie Field of Dreams? My all-time favorite movie ever. You had this guy, middle of nowhere, built a baseball field, in a cornfield. He kept saying, they're going to be here. And they were. Stands were full, field was full, diamond was full. They had a game. You guys can have a game too if all of the steps are in place. It's how we treat the folks when they come in our door Who answers your phone? What do they say? How do they say it? And how do people feel if they walk in the door off the street to fill out a job application? Maybe today's not the day you interview. I'm not turning somebody away because today's not the day I interview, because that person that I turn away may be the exact person I need for that job. People are going to forget what you say. When I leave here today, you're probably not going to remember 2 words that I said. But I hope you remember how I made you feel. And that's the way it is when you're hiring folks. So if you have the jobs, and thank you for opening the door to this, the pay is competitive. It's huge. It's huge. We don't like to talk about it. We don't want people to talk about our pocketbooks or our money or dig into our pockets. But that's important. In the state of North Carolina, the average hourly pay rate, and I'm probably running over my time, the average hourly pay rate for a temporary associate in the state now is $16 an hour. But that's state of North Carolina, and that's all across the board. Professional, sweep the floor. But let's peel it back just a little bit. In my Concord office, I went and looked yesterday. I did a little research. Year to date, my average pay rate in my Concord office, one county over, is $14.50 an hour. And these are for temporary associates, and it spans the range of the folks who sweep the floor and the executives. My average pay rate here in Albemarle, been here since 2001, is $14.50 an hour. I'm sorry, $10.50. I'm sorry.
Say it again.
$10.50. $10.50, yes.
You have temporary executives
We do.
that you pay on an hourly basis?
We do. We have an account. We staff for Electrolux in Charlotte, and we do contract assignments for them. And often we'll have someone come in and for a year contract, $85,000 a year, and we pay them on an hourly basis. Yes, we do.
And the hourly rates are set by your clients, not by, it's whatever your customers will pay.
Correct. Correct. And then we have people that sweep the floor and clean up. But go back, $16 an hour in North Carolina, $14.50 in Concord, $10.50 in Stanley County. People are going to chase the dollar. It's unfortunate, but people are going to chase the dollar. Make the hire quickly. Again, spot on. I call it shelf life. Debbie phrased it a little bit more eloquently than I am. The shelf life of a candidate for the industrial market today, I find to be 2 to 4 days. The days of interviewing and taking a week or 2 weeks and I want to see somebody else and I'm not sure, those days are over. If you don't hire and make a decision, that person's going to be gone. Because remember, we said there's more jobs than there are people. So the good one gets snatched up quickly. And don't let that unemployment rate fool you. It's low, but it's really even lower than that. Because in that number, some of those people, that 4.7, don't really even want to go to work. And then remember, the 50% of them that come in our office can't pass the requirements. So in our business, we talk a lot about getting the right people in the right roles. Square peg, square hole. I have a sledgehammer, and I have tried to take that round peg, and I've tried to pound it in that square hole many times, and it doesn't work. I tried to whittle those edges on that square peg and make them round. It doesn't work. Get the people in the right roles. Identify who you're talking to, what you have open, and get the people in the right roles. And you'll determine that pretty quickly, depending on what you do, some more quickly than others, but you'll identify that pretty quickly. And once you get them in the right role, let them be amazing. Let your people be amazing. Don't just delegate work. Delegate power. Let people make decisions. Bigger than that, let them make mistakes. Empower your folks to make mistakes. I had a salesperson in my Statesville office. Corey was a great guy, wanted to make everybody happy, didn't want to step on anybody's toes. I asked him to lunch one day, and we sat down, and I said, I need you to do something for me next week. I'll do anything, Patty. I want you to make a mistake. I want it to be bad enough that maybe your coworkers call me, maybe a client calls me. Make a mistake. Because when you make mistakes, you're reaching out, you're expanding your horizons. So allow those folks to make mistakes. Empower them. Once you've done that, stand back, because when you get the right person in the door, you have them on the right seat in the bus. You've empowered them to do their job. It's amazing. It's magic. I don't have a magic wand. I probably haven't told you one single thing today that you didn't already know. It's a tough market that we're in. I've done it long enough to know the pendulum will swing the other way, and there will be a day I will be standing here and we'll have way more people than we have jobs, and I don't know which is worse. I really don't know which is worse. But just look at yourselves internally, how you treat the folks that come through the door. If we can do anything at Staff Masters to help you, we would love to. Ansley Eisenhower is my senior staffing specialist. I have a group of recruiters right down the road. We would love to help you. Thank you guys for letting me do my job and making it fun. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patty. Appreciate you being here today and sharing 25 years worth of experience in this marketplace with us. And I'm sure that that everyone will go home and remember something of your talk today. Our next guest, Kim Carpenter, is a Deputy Project Director for Central Iowa Workforce Services and has worked in the field of workforce development since 2010. She began as an employment consultant, validation specialist, and talent development consultant with the Department of Commerce. She served as the Regional Talent Development Supervisor for Central Iowa prior to taking on the role as Deputy Project Director for Central Iowa Workforce Services. In her current role, she covers Stanley, Anson, Rowan, Iredell, Union, Lincoln, and Cabarrus counties and serves out of the local NC Works Career Centers, where she focuses her efforts on the development of procedures to deliver the benefits of the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act in this region. In this role, she works closely with regional staff, center staff, community partners, and employers in the region to help build knowledge of job opportunities for customers and better trained workforce for employers. She also helps increase the skills of our communities today for a stronger workforce tomorrow by partnering in some of the workforce development programs that we have with the community colleges and others. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kim Carpenter.
Good morning. I've got hard acts to follow, I tell you now. Speaker, I'm not. Highly motivated, energetic about what I do, passionate about what I do, yes. Public speaker, not so much. Okay, so here's what you get. I am thrilled about this opportunity because we work with the NC Works Career Centers, now, as Paul said, not only here in the county, but throughout the Central Iowa region. And our main goal is to find employees, you know, for people. We focus on that. We focus on training. We focus on trying to improve the market that you have to choose from. Do I have a lot of major tips on what you do when you get your employees, how you keep them? I'm sure the employment team does. But our goal is to help you find that person from the start. You can't keep them if you can't find them. And so you may be asking, what does the unemployment office, which is what our previous name was, have to offer to you who are looking for employers? Absolutely nothing, because that doesn't exist anymore. We are truly the NC Works Career Centers. We have lots of services that we can offer you as employers, but I feel one of our greatest services is that of our business team. We have trained professional people that will come, employment services people who will come and work one-on-one with you to meet your individualized needs. Gus Venegas, stand up, Gus, wave at everybody. He's the representative here for the Stanley County area. It is the goal of this team to ensure that your hiring needs are met. Gus will come out, meet with you, discuss the issues that you are having, give you ideas on how you, in your particular industry, in your particular situation, because I'm sure one company faces one thing and another company faces another. Gus is a specialist and has seen it all, and so he can help with that on a one-on-one basis. Another service that we offer out of the center is our ncworks.gov website. This is a database that employers throughout the state of North Carolina can place their job openings. It spiders in jobs from career builders and other networks throughout, so when a customer goes on this website, they can see all the jobs that are available in the area, which means your jobs. They will see your jobs that are open. We can help you. Gus will come out and help you place job orders on this system, or you have the opportunity to do it yourself. We can give you as much help or as little help as you as a business require. You can post a job, tell Gus to post a job, never mention your company name. We will screen those people. We will make sure that the criteria that you as an employer need for that position is met. Never tell the employee what the name of the company is until we ensure that they are qualified, and then we send them to you. How many of you would love to say, I'm interviewing today and I have a room full of 20 people and I know that every one of them are qualified? I've just got to choose which one I like, but every one of them are qualified. That's a role that we can do. Or we can do it to the point where you just say, I want the job posted, I want them to tell me that you have seen them and that just send them to my office at a certain time, or to apply online. We work with you any way that it makes it more convenient for you as an employer. In regards to recruiting, I know that that's an issue. We have the capability of sending out email blasts to every customer that is listed in NC Works. Now, stop and think about that. That means that because of the unemployment, people have to put a resume on NC Works. So everybody that is coming through is being listed on NC Works. So if we have 6,000 people that have newly registered in the 7-county, 8-office region, that's an email blast going out about your need to those 6,000 people, and you had to do nothing. The only thing that you did was ask us to send it out. So that's a major plus. We have also added digital display centers, which are sort of like those TVs you see in the motels that run the newscast and the weather, in the hotel lobby. We have that in our lobbies, in our resource centers now. And we can post your hiring events, your job openings. We can get that out at another no expense, no effort, just notify us that you have that need. So that's another plus that we can do. And we can also post your needs on the NC Works calendar, which is another avenue that is, it's limited work for lots of return. Donnie Mann, how many of you know Donnie? Donnie Mann, okay. He is the leader of the Stanley County NC Works Career Center here in Albemarle, and we are proud to announce that as I speak, the NC Works Career Center is moving. We are opening a brand new facility. We will be open for business on Monday. They're closed today and tomorrow to do that move. The new location, and this I've got to read, is 944 North 1st Street here in Albemarle. We would love to have you as employers come and visit our center on Monday. Check us out. See what we have to offer. You can use the space. The conference rooms are available there for you to do hiring events. We as the staff there will help manage that as the traffic comes through. So we are there to serve you. This is going to be your center to use as you need. So please take advantage of that and come and visit. We now have, we've added Wi-Fi to all the centers. So that was something that employers said they needed. And, you know, we're trying to keep up with the times, so we've added Wi-Fi to the centers. So please come and use us. Come and take advantage of this opportunity and that space. If you need, I know sometimes employers run into situations where they need to counsel maybe a management level person, and they don't want the whole staff to know that they've talked with this person. Reserve a room at the center. Have those appointments off-site. Use us to meet your needs. As you can tell, we're striving to meet your needs the needs of not only you, but our job seekers. This is done not by one entity. We know that. We know that we cannot alone meet the needs of Stanley County and of you or our job seekers. We do this together, okay? This is a joint partnership. With that being said, the Central Iowa Workforce Development Board has purchased a new customer service management tool so that all of the partners, the organizations that serve you, can better communicate amongst themselves to meet your needs. So that's just another way that we are trying to make things a little better here in Stanley County and throughout the Central Iowa region. In addition, I like that word, in addition, so we've got more to come. In addition to the hands-on and the technological services that we offer, we have programs specifically to help you. They're money-saving advantages. It's improvement to the education of the employees that you're looking for. The first one is called On-the-Job Training. I know some of you've heard of this. It works in conjunction with the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act to provide on-the-job training for the people that you want to work. Okay, we can pay up to 50% of the new hires' wages during their training period. All right, so that's anywhere from 90 days to 6 months. And this is for people that you say, oh, I really like that person. He really made an impression on me, but he really just doesn't have everything I need. You know, he's almost there, but he's not. That's the type of person that we would help you pay for his training, his wages, while you get him to that point. So it sort of helps offset the expense. This has been shown to be a win-win for not only the employers, but the employees. As I said earlier, the training helps offset, training money helps offset your expenses while you get them up to speed. But it also has given a different mindset to the employee that you hired, because they say, this company took a chance on me. I was almost right, but I wasn't quite. But they took that extra step, went that extra mile to let me work here, and it increases the loyalty to your company. So it has been a win-win. We also have a program called Work Opportunity Tax Credit. That is where you actually get paid for hiring people that have maybe received TANF assistance. There's some veteran categories. If you hire a veteran, that you get reimbursed for hiring them. No major paperwork, nothing like that. It's just a simple form. And then you get reimbursed for taking that next step to hire that type of person. and it's even people that are receiving food stamps, okay? If you stop and look at your last hires, you've probably got those on your payroll right now. So, you know, when you're hiring these, keep those programs in mind. We also offer training services, and try our business team, as they go out and meet with you, that is one thing that they do. They bring back that information to the office. And we work in conjunction with our training partners, the community colleges, to try to increase the training levels of the customers you're seeing. We are helping with the production technician program here at the college. Very excited about that opportunity here for this county. We do a wide range of training programs, anywhere from certificate programs to associate degrees. So that is something that is also offered in our offices. And the best part about all of these programs for you is all you have to do is tell Gus, you know, that you want them. He does all the work. So that's you get the benefit and he has to work. So that's the best part of that. I'm going to close in just a minute, but one of our best kept secrets is our new project director, okay? Ken McCoy, who is recently took over in February, he has a background in HR and in business. So he's lived your world. He knows where you're coming from. It's not somebody just trying to blow you over. He actually knows what you're dealing with. And he is more than willing to meet with you on a one-on-one basis to discuss your personal situations in your company. He has tips. He's seen it. He's been doing it for a long time and has that kind of background to help. We've got him working this morning, though. He's packing boxes. So he really wanted to be here, but he needed to be at the move over at the center to coordinate that. So he's there making sure that we have a new home. It is our desire here with the NC Works Career Centers to ensure quality services are delivered to all customers. And in an effort to increase the skills in our community today for a stronger workforce tomorrow, as I said, we offer training programs. We offer assistance to you on a daily basis. We're not in and out. We can help the staffing agencies. You know, you can post your jobs with us. So this is a win-win for everybody. But please give us a call. We are more than willing to sit down and discuss any issue that you're having with us, with your employers, with us too, for that matter. So, but we are here to help. And if there's any questions, I'd be glad to help you, and Gus would be glad to answer any. I did bring a handout of our flyer with the website for the ncworks.gov. Please take advantage of this. It is awesome. The employees go in, fill out their job skills. You can search for your employees on your couch in your living room by what they have put in the system. So you just let us know how we can help you, and we will be glad to do so. Any questions? Whew. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kim. And I'd encourage all of you to take advantage of the services at the new Career Center. Make sure you go to the new address. With that, I'd like to thank all of our guests today. Let's give them all a big hand. I know we're running out of time, and I kind of sort of want to get everybody out of here on time, but I would like for our other sponsors to have an opportunity to share a quick couple words about upcoming events. Kathy, with the Stanley County Chamber, if you want to tell us what you have going on, just briefly.
Thank you, Paul. Folks, I won't take but just a minute because I know we're short on time. I do want to make mention of 3 important events coming up in October. The first Wednesday in October is our Stanley County Candidates Forum, Wednesday, October 5th at Stanley County Commons, beginning at 6 p.m. We have invited guests to participate in the 5 contested races that we have here in Stanley County. There are 3 contested races for Board of Education, 1 contested race for Senate District 25, and 1 contested race for House of Representative District 67. And there are 11 candidates that have been invited to participate that evening, beginning again at 6 p.m. Our Stanley County Business Expo is going to be the following Wednesday, on Wednesday, October 12. I'd like to acknowledge Sarah Weaver, our marketing director, sitting over to my left, and Mickey Thompson. Both of them are at the office. If you call in, please reach out to them. We can't do what we do without their support and without the support of our partners. Stanley Community College often does videotaping for us for these events, and we'll be involved with both of these two, as well as the Small Business Center works with us on a regular basis too. So if you are a business and want to participate in the Business Expo and have a booth, we would love to have you there on the 12th, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you don't want a booth, please come and visit. It's a good way to network with other businesses. It's a good way to get the word out about your business and what you're looking for. Also, Stanley County SCUSA Transportation here in Stanley County reached out to us with a project with NCDOT. When Candace contacted me from SCUSA, I said, what if we work with the Small Business Center to reach their group too? We hosted it at the Small Business Center, and we turned it into a Small Business Center event so that we can reach other small businesses. So we will be working to get NCDOT's word out about minority and small businesses, to get vendors registered to utilize SCUSA's transportation. So again, those are the partnership events we've got coming up during the month of October, and I would welcome any questions about those. Check our website. Sarah has all the information there. Call Mickey, Sarah, or myself. Thank you.
And just a quick word before we leave. I wanted to make you aware of a couple upcoming events that the EDC is going to be involved with partners on October 3rd through 6th for Manufacturing Week. This year, again, we're going to be giving tours for our middle school STEM students of the Ammett Center, and also factory tours at various manufacturing partners around the county. So that'll be a full day event for each school, each middle school, and that's October 3rd through 6th. And we appreciate the support of Duke Power, Stanley Community College, Stanley County Schools, and others to get this event off the ground this year. And also wanted to make you aware there was a flyer. I don't know if everyone saw it when you came in. There's a free event on Friday, October 28th from 11:30 to 1 in the Stanley County Commons meeting room about developing successful internships. So that's a event with Pfeiffer, Stanley Community College, the Chamber, the EDC, and others. So we would welcome your attendance there if you're interested in learning about internships. So with that, thank you very much for coming today and for your participation. And we look forward to seeing you at the Business Breakfast Series event in the near future. Thanks so much.